Grand Rising, Tara, welcome in. We're going to start our first song of the day called Anchor in the New Earth. And Spirit guided me to that, so that is what we're going to listen to first when we get in a couple more people. Hi, Salam, welcome in. Hello, Flower Power, welcome in. Sylvia. Hello, Jason, welcome in. All right, we have 3 pillars in here, so we're going to go ahead and start. This is called Anchor in the New Earth. Grand Rising. Hello, Jason. Hey, Violet. So welcome in.
We walk through the fire, 2 hearts that were scarred, carry the weight of the nights that were hard. But the moment our eyes met, the healing began, like the first light of dawn on a new kind of land. No more running, no more hiding away. We chose each other. At the end of the day, we are the anchor, love.
Ooh.
In the new earth rising, Sophia and crystals, 2 flames intertwining, steady in the storm, soft in the light, holding the frequency pure and bright.
Thank you, Spirit.
This love is the difference. This love is the key. Rooted together, wild and free. Anchor in the new earth, you and me. Ordinary mornings, coffee in our hands, laughing at nothing, making future plans. We don't need the fireworks, the rush, or the high, just the quiet promise.
Thanks for the roses.
Eyes. Every small choice, every kind word we say builds the new.
Hey, Sharon. Hi, beautiful.
In its own gentle way, we are the anchor, love. In the new earth rising, Sophia and crystals, 2 flames intertwining, steady in the storm, soft in the light, holding the frequency pure and bright. This love is the difference.
Thank you, Spirit, for that. That was gorgeous. All right, let's see. Our first song from Ascension Music. How did you love? Yeah, that is the question. That is the question. When it's our turn to exit, that's the question we're going to ask ourselves. How did you love? Because it's all about love on this planet. It is, what's today? Thursday already. My goodness. This week is just flying by. Flying by. Hi, Misty Marie. Hi, Diana. Hi, Sunset Child. Welcome in. The Schumann sitting at 53 again. It keeps going up and down and up and down. But no worries. We are pro surfers. Hi, Brandy Rose. Hi, beautiful. Yep, we are pro surfers. So we can handle this. No matter what, we get through it. How did you love? Yeah, how did you love? All right, we're going to get into our cards and the messages that Spirit has given us today through the cards. Get my hair out of my face. All right. Chakra wisdom today. Ah, yes, again with the third eye chakra, mindfulness. I am aware of my thoughts and I ask myself, are they uplifting and are they true? I do this because I know that my thoughts significantly affect my mental, emotional, and physical health, and because I know that my body believes everything that I believe. I am not in control of all situations that come my way, nor am I in control of what others do and say. However, I do have free will as to how I respond. I choose to respond to all situations from an enlightened position rather than just reacting. Yes. Welcome in, Holly Berry 2026. Welcome in. If you are here, there is a reason you're here. Your higher self has brought you here. Because maybe you need to hear a message that we're giving today through Spirit. Here is our healing energy. Our healing energy. Serenity. Through love, release, and inner work, I know peace. I have a gentle view of life and welcome every step with confidence. I remain brave in the face of fear and have the wisdom to let the universe do its work. Yes, and balance. I find balance between each sphere of my life. I am the master of my daily life. I make time to nourish the spiritual and the physical, and I bring love to my world by fulfilling the needs of my body and soul. Yes. And freedom through faith. I calm my thoughts and rise above fear. I free myself of all doubt by entrusting my doubts to God. I have faith in God's perfect timing and placement. I trust His will and find freedom. Yes, freedom. Every time we hear that word, what do we pull out? Freedom butterflies. Freedom butterflies. Freedom butterflies. Yes. Because it's all about freedom. It's all about being able to be free to speak and to do what we like to do. Within reason. I mean, God has laws. Stick to God's laws, of course, right? All right, here is our work your light. Our work your light. If you've been asking yourself a question lately, the answer would be no. Wait, postpone, pause, just say no. From the universe. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Yes. Oh, see that? We talk about footprints a lot in here. It was then that I carried you. It's been a big part of my life also, footprints has. Because there has been moments in my life where I needed to be carried. Ah, there she is, Anna, grandmother of Jesus. Yes. Beautiful. Seeding the light, laying foundations, the divine plan. The divine plan, yes. See that? Definitely supposed to be here today, Holly. I have a very good friend named Holly. She's just a beautiful spirit, and she does art. Here is our Starseed Oracle. We got 3 of those today. Starseed Oracle says, called. Soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. We have all been called. Are you going to answer the call? Pillars in here know what I'm talking about. Yes, Star Keeper, Cosmic Ancestor. Seed the light by staying grounded. Be the pillars on the planet. The frequencies, I just showed you the frequencies coming into the planet are crazy right now. We need to anchor the frequencies coming in. Hi, Irish. Hi, beautiful angel. Hi, Paradise. Beautiful Lillian. The great severing is happening. Mars energy. Anger, conflict, softening to love. Yes. The great severing is happening. There are 2 sides right now, and you're choosing which side you are on. Are you with the chaos bringers? Or are you with love and light? Are you with the knowers, the dreamers? Yep. Answer that question and you will be in the timeline you're supposed to be in. You already chose. You know your choice. Here is our crystal for the day. This is called Daydream. Kyanite, make time for self-care. Taking care of yourself is essential right now. Yes, the knowing and the dreamer, exactly. I would say that is what any butterflies are. Sovereignty, yes. Yes. Here's our animal for the day. The dolphin. Yes, play. Swim in the happy joy of living. Inhale confidence and exhale fear. Dive into your wisdom. Go with the flow. Always. Yes. Here is our water card for the day. Our water card says making waves. Momentum is building. It's your time. Achievement. You have a dolphin tattoo. Wow, Holly. Dang. Hi, Gina. Hi, beautiful angel. Definitely supposed to be here then, Holly. All right. Oops. My butterflies just fell over from my little candle. This is for the love of dragons. As above, so below. We hold the keys to both 3D and 5D. Which key are you turning? Which doors are you opening? Right? The key holder. I was just saying, we all hold keys. See, that's why the keys are right there. There's keys here. There's your key of life, the Ankh. The Ankh is also the key to your higher self. And there's your door. There's your door. Door to the butterfly. It's a butterfly door. Door to becoming the butterfly. This is card 31. Card 31. We've all heard that gratitude is the key, but few of us realize how many doors it can open. That's amazing, Paradise. You found a key in your garden. Wow. Yes. Ooh, have you held it and connected with it? And see what you see? Feel what you feel? When times are tight and pressures are high, circumstances can seem locked up. When times are good and tensions are low, our opportunities can seem so wide open that we don't know which way to go, which options to choose. Wow. No matter which situation you're facing, gratitude creates a key to unlock the block paths. The final countdown is playing right now. I wear a key on my neck, paradise. My husband gave it to me. He told me it was the key to his heart, like 3 years ago on our anniversary. No matter which situation you're facing, gratitude creates a key to unlock the blocked paths and a clarity that helps us choose the right door. Let go of your fear and resistance. Open up and let gratitude in. Yes, let gratitude in. Beautiful. Yeah, I loved it. It meant a lot to me, and I haven't taken it off since. Hi, Christasha. Hi, beautiful. Divine rising to you too, darling. Here is our awakened dreamer, because we are the awakened dreamers. Pump up the volume. What is your special theme song? The one that lifts your spirits and reminds you of who you are. Hear it now. Pump up the volume. Open up and absorb the grace of your sacred serenade being sung to you by the universe. Yes. Oh my goodness, there's so many beautiful songs out there that mean so much to me. I couldn't even name one. I couldn't name one that is over all the others. There's just so many, right? The final countdown. Here's our butterfly for the day. It's the monarch. The monarch. This is my first butterfly ever. I used to grow monarchs when I lived in New Hampshire. We had lots of milkweed, and I used to pick the caterpillars off the milkweed and bring them home. And I had a terrarium thing that I put them in, and then they'd turn into butterflies. Yep, it was one of my favorite things to do. Life doesn't have to be perfect in order for me to choose happiness. Today, I choose happiness. Yes, choose happiness. Always. Same girl, same girl. That's awesome. Not many caterpillars, really? Wow. Our first ascended master coming in. The Holy Spirit. Yes, expect miracles. Look into your hands. You carry the M's in your hands. That's the magic, the Mary Magdalene, the Magdalene line. The Holy Grails, that is the angelic humans. Look at the wings. That's what the Holy Grails mean. And the dove falling. We all fell in consciousness, but we are still the Holy Grails. We carry the magic in our hands. We are the healers. Expect miracles and you will get them. Right? If you expect them, you'll get them. Ask and you shall receive. Okay. Hi, Blue Eyes Janine. Hi, beautiful. Hi, Brother Michael. Welcome in. Today's presence around our sanctuary. Today's Ascended Masters, Archangels, and Councils coming in. St Germain. St Germain, the violet ray. What is that? I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. St Germain. Kuan Yin. El Moria. Archangel Michael. Archangel Uriel. Councils, the Arcturian Council of Light, the Syrian High Council, and the Golden Council of Embodiment. Hi, Merkaba Melech. Hi, beautiful. Unified message for our collective from St Germain. You are learning the difference between transformation and embodiment. Hi, Teresa. Hi, beautiful angel. Many know how to transmute. Few know how to hold the new state without returning to the old. That is your mastery now. He shows a violet flame, but it's no longer burning intensely. It is steady, constant, and contained. Picture that in your third eye, the violet flame. Steady, constant, and contained. In your kingdom. In your kingdom. Yes, we do transmute a lot of energy. A lot of energy. From Kuan Yin, compassion must now be extended to the self, not for wounds, but for the quietness that follows healing. She brings a soft wave over our group. Many are not hurting. They are simply not used to peace yet. We are bringing the peace in through our bodies, through our temples. From Archangel Michael, you are protected, but more importantly, you are no longer as reachable to lower interference. Yes, because we've raised our frequency. Hi, Trey. Hi, beautiful angel. This is important. The quiet phase is not vulnerability. It is stabilized sovereignty. Grand rising, beautiful. From El Moria, will is no longer force. Will becomes presence that does not move. He shows your sanctuary as pillars. Yes, we are the pillars of light. Not reaching upward, but anchored so deeply that nothing shakes you. Get to that point, guys. Get to that point. From Archangel Uriel, insight will now come in simple thoughts, not downloads. Pay attention to small realizations, quiet knowing, things that just make sense suddenly. That is a new form of guidance. The new form of guidance is a quiet guidance. It's not loud. From the councils, they speak as one. The ones who remain in this phase are the ones building the new field, not through effort, but through consistency of being. And this is the part many do not yet see. You are no longer preparing for the new earth. You are practicing living as it. That's right. It is like a whisper. Absolutely. We are living the new earth frequency. Every day you choose you. You choose love. You choose peace and unity. That is 5D. 5D is a mindset. It is a consciousness. It is a way of believing. That is what 5D is. It's not a place. It's a feeling. It's a feeling. Once you are thinking in the 5D way, your reality is created perfectly. Perfectly. And anytime something happens to you to try to knock you off of your pillar, you won't let it, because it won't faze you. It is what it is a beautiful saying that us angelic humans say a lot. We say it a lot because it is what it is. No matter what it is, everything is for us, not done for us, not to us. What this means, you may notice less urgency, less dramatic energy spikes, more stillness. This is not disconnection. This is field stabilization across our group. Yes. Nothing else matters. Exactly, Paradise. The loud ones awaken, the quiet ones anchor. And our sanctuary is shifting into the ones who anchor. Abso-freaking-lutely. I've known this for a long time. We are the pillars. All right. So we do have a dragon message also. Connecting to your dragons is very important because they will help you with the serenity. They will help you with your serenity, with your not letting things get to you physically or mentally. Your dragons love you, but you only have to acknowledge them for them to come through for you. They will. Talk to them like they're there because they are. They only need to be acknowledged if you so choose. Everything that you do in your life is a choice. And every decision you make creates your reality. If this resonates, take it. If it doesn't, also, this is for entertainment purposes only. This is our game, and we are playing it. Okay. Crystal Blue Persuasion's playing. A new day is coming. Yes. People are changing. Yep. Crystal Blue Persuasion. Listen, today is not a day of expansion. It is a day of containment of power. What you have already become is asking to be trusted without proof. Believing is seeing. Believing is seeing. Hi, Val. Hi, beautiful. Love is the answer. Yes. You may notice today less emotion, less urgency, less need to do anything. And the mind may whisper, am I disconnected? Did something stop? No. You have entered a field where nothing needs to announce itself. What the dragons are doing today, we are not pushing you forward. We are circling, stabilizing, and sealing, like guardians around a flame that no longer flickers. That's why we're called the flame keepers. Yes. And you also could be an embodied dragon, Brother Michael. Many of us embody dragon energy. But this is where power that needs to be felt is not yet anchored. Power that is anchored no longer needs to be felt. This is where many turn back because it feels like nothing is happening. The magic is gone. The connection faded. But in truth, the magic has moved inward. We talked about this yesterday. Instruction from the dragon field. Do less today, but be more aware of what you already are. Notice how your presence affects others, how spaces feel when you enter them, and how calm holds even when nothing is happening. This is your confirmation. This is your confirmation. You asked for confirmation. You asked your higher self, what am I to do now? What's next on my path? And this is what's next. This is your confirmation. If today feels quiet, you are not losing your connection. You are becoming stable enough to hold it. You have been asking all week. Absolutely. Yes. Look at that. Yes. Ask, seek, and the door will open. Yes. It's Matthew 10:10, I believe. Matthew 10:10. Is it Matthew 10:10? Or am I wrong? Could be wrong. You asked for power, but power is not always fire. Sometimes it is the flame that no longer moves because nothing can shake it. That's it. You're right, Holly. You're right. Matthew 7:7. Yes, you're right. It's not 10:10, it's 7:7. Yep. It's Matthew 7:7. And this is the dragon visual that came up for today. It's amazing. It's so amazing that I'm using it for my back, for my thing. So that's the dragon, and look what I did. I used it as my thing because, wow, that is Aurora, guys. That is Aurora. Yeah, and I sent it to my other computer too, because that's going to be the picture on my other computer too. I just love it so much. It spoke to my heart. It spoke to my heart. Just a reminder that Aurora's always with me. See? Look. This is Aurora. Looks just like her. All right. Let's see. What other messages do we have today? Archangel Michael, time to move beyond the matrix. Yes, absolutely. High Star Sanctuary, Grand Rising, beautiful angel. This is a channel by James McConnell. He says, I am Archangel Michael, and I am here to be with you at this time in these special times that are awaiting you now. Right now, in this moment, everything is changing. You may be feeling that within you. You may be feeling that within you. You may be feeling the higher energies. You may be feeling the joy coming over you from seemingly nowhere at times. Just as in the past, sadness or disconsolation of some type would come over you, and you did not know where that came from. Emotions are coming, right? Now feel the joy come over you, and let it express through you, and let it be whatever it is. More and more you need to walk through life, letting life happen. That's what we've been talking about, right? We are pro surfers. It is not to say that you don't take action to bring about your dreams. You still need to do that at this point. But know that as you are dreaming and bringing those dreams into reality, that is what it takes. The thought, the feeling to bring it about. And with that thought and feeling comes the belief and then the knowing, moving you from one level of your life into another level, a higher level of consciousness. And as your consciousness increases, so too does your ability to manifest much more quickly. So know that as you are moving through your daily lives, know that you are the creator of your reality. You are the creator. So begin more and more to create whatever it is that you want in your lives. Whatever is your heart's desire, whether it is material goods or relationships, whatever it might be. But do whatever it is to enjoy. Find that joy in every moment. And always, always create from a place of gratitude and abundance. Don't create from a place of lack. It doesn't work like that. The universe needs to see and needs to know that you already have what you're asking for. So don't ask, say, I am so grateful that I am abundant in my life. I am so grateful that I have a brand new house to live in. I am so grateful that I am driving my beautiful new car. I am so grateful that I am touching the hearts of many, many people. I am so grateful that I am raising my consciousness and being a pillar of beauty and peace and love and unity on this planet. And yes, use your imagination to be that grateful person, that grateful angel. Because you do have the power, but with power comes great responsibility also. So make sure with what you're speaking Make sure you're using words that are of the highest frequency, right? Aw, thank you, Paradise. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. You are my soul family, and we're doing this together. We're learning together. We're learning how to be more powerful together, and we are doing the grid work together. Finding joy in every moment. Every moment. Even if you're just sitting quietly alone, especially when you're sitting quietly alone. Feel that kingdom inside of you. Know that you are the universe. It's all one. It's all one. One love. That is your mission at this point moving forward. Know that as you become much more conscious within yourself, then you will be ready more and more to assist others in raising their level of consciousness. But then you ask, why? Why did all these terrible things have to happen to me early in my life? Why? Because so you'd know. And so you'd have all these experiences to help others. Because it's all about helping others. We are service to others. We are not service to self, although we love ourselves unconditionally. But if we didn't go through those things when we were younger, how could we speak on them? How could we speak on them? Right? Why did these things happen to us? So that we could help others. Yes.
Meet your next audiobook listen, All Hallows by Christopher Golden.
All of us know what it's like to lose a loved one. All of us know what it's like to lose a pet, a beloved pet, and how we felt. And so other people can say, I lost my pet, and we'll say, I know how you feel. But I also know that pet went to heaven, because all dogs go to heaven, all cats go to heaven, all pets go to heaven. Just like all of your past loved ones, they go to heaven. And they work for us on the other side. Those of you that don't know my story, if you're new here, my mother was murdered in 2010. She went to the other side to help me become who I am today. And she's still here. There's my mom right there watching over all of us. Because they help from the other side. They're always with us. Anytime we think of them, they're with us. You can picture them in your mind. You can picture what they'd be saying to you. I have full-blown conversations with my mom on the other side. And people want to say that I am schizophrenic. Well, I'm not schizophrenic. I'm just very in tune with my divine self, with my higher self. Therefore, I can tune into the spirit world. And so can you. Each and every one of us has this ability as long as you believe you do, because believing is seeing. Believing is seeing. And that is the truth. That is the truth. Also, do not attempt to assist others if they are not wanting to be assisted. They are not wanting the guidance. But when they are wanting that guidance, you are there. So know that you are the ones that have come to this evolution. Being a part of this evolution, moving through this evolution, and now moving beyond it. Yes. Beyond the matrix, beyond the self-doubt, moving more and more and more into belief and knowing. For it is the belief and the knowing that will take you now further and further and closer to that dimensional doorway. You will then find yourselves on the other side and looking back through to those that are moving beyond you, behind you, following you. that then will become your mission to assist others to find what you found. Oh my goodness, Teresa. Wow. I can't believe that you just said that, because look what Spirit guided me to today. This is what we're going to be getting into. This is an advanced chakra book. And that's what we're going to get into for the second half of class. Until this should tide us over till May 1st till we get into the Sophia Code. There are no coincidences. There really aren't. There really aren't. And I had a huge choice of what to do for the second half of class now that we finished with the Sylvia Brown book that we just did, Life on the Other Side. If you've missed any of my classes and want to go back and listen, they are all on YouTube at Opal Star 33. There are classes there. There are meditations there. There are communes with Spirit there. There's a lot of stuff on that page. Teresa. So we are going beyond the matrix, beyond self-doubt, moving more and more and more into belief and knowing. For it is the belief and knowing that will take you now further and further and closer to that dimensional doorway. You will then find yourselves on the other side and looking back through to those that are moving behind you, following you. That then will become your mission to assist others to find what you found. I am Archangel Michael, and I leave you now in peace and love and oneness, and that you continue to know and understand and believe that you are indeed the ones that you have been waiting for. Trust in yourselves to find that level of consciousness within yourselves. Yes. Trust yourselves. Okay. That is Archangel Michael. How about a lesson, life lessons from a twisted tree? Interesting. Okay, and this is a channel by Christopher Servedio. Haha. This is going to be a really good lesson. A spiraling tree teaches profound lessons. Your twists from struggle aren't flaws. They're proof of resilience. I've been sitting under this tree almost every day for months now, meditating, watching the kids play, throwing the ball with the dogs. I've always loved this tree. Its dramatic corkscrew trunk spiraling counterclockwise toward the sky. Its wild branches reaching in every direction. But I wasn't really listening to it. I recently went deeper into the quiet, into my writing, into stillness. And the tree started to speak. What it taught me changed everything. Look at the trunk. Really look. Surrounding this tree, straight, tall pine trees soar upward without a curve. But this one spirals from earth to canopy, as if someone deliberately wound it while it was young. But no one did. The tree did this itself. It had to. Fighting for life. This tree has been here longer than the neighborhood. Before these houses, before these lawns. This was dense northern Long Island forest. For 25 years or longer, this tree fought for light through the canopy of older, taller trees. It bent, it adjusted. It reshaped itself, twisting and reaching toward whatever sunlight it could find. Then the forest was cleared. This is going to make me cry, because this is reminding me of what happens to all the trees in the forest. They cut them down so that they can make toilet paper. But do you know we could grow hemp and make toilet paper? You know, that kind of makes me angry that Hemp could take care of so many different things, but yet they won't allow it to be grown. They'd rather cut down all the trees in the forest. Do you know trees give off carbon dioxide, which is what we breathe? Or no, they give off oxygen and they take in carbon dioxide. So they take in what we breathe out, and then they return it clean to us. Yes, hemp is way less expensive. It has to do with greed. It does. Absolutely. But, yeah, they need to stop cutting down the trees. Then the forest was cleared, the houses were built, most trees were cut down, but not this one. Someone saw it and decided to let it stand. Maybe its unique beauty, its dramatic spiral made them save its life. The twist from its struggle became the very thing that kept it alive. Hi, Lynette. Hi, beautiful. This tree, this survivor, now stands in full sun, but the twist remains permanent, written into its form. And as I sat beneath it, barefoot in the grass, for the first time, I could see my own story in its twisted trunk. We all carry twists, moments when life forced us to bend, to adapt, and I just talked about this, to find another way forward. We don't always grow in straight lines. Sometimes our path spirals. Sometimes it takes decades to finally stand in full sun. Yes. You can move. We are not so different from the trees. But here's one crucial difference. Trees are rooted. They can't leave. If the soil is toxic, if the water is polluted, if they're surrounded by shade, they have no choice but to adapt or die where they stand. We can move. We can move. Hi, Mary Moses. We're talking about trees today. If your environment isn't nourishing you, if the people around you are draining your energy, if your community doesn't support your growth, if the place you're living keeps you in shade, you can change it. You can walk away. You can find better soil. Trees twist because they have no other option. You twist when you choose to stay in conditions that don't serve you. That's not resilience. That's just suffering. Roots, water, and sunlight. We share the same needs with trees. We need roots, connection to the earth, to where we came from, to something stable beneath us. We need water, clean and mineral rich, flowing through our systems. We need sunlight, not just on our skin, but in our lives, warmth, purpose, things that make us reach upward. When we're depleted, disconnected from nature, living under artificial light, breathing recycled air, consuming things that don't nourish us, we weaken. We age faster. We break. But when we align with what charges us, we don't just survive, we thrive. Bursting with life. Look at this tree again. Most trees might put out 2, maybe 5 new shoots per branch each season. This one, 30, 40, an explosion of growth in every direction. The struggle didn't weaken it. The years of fighting for light, winding and bending and reaching, all of that made it more alive, more resilient, more full of life force. The twist isn't damage, it's proof of commitment. And here's what the tree taught me. The twist is not a problem. The twist is your story. Your struggles didn't break you. They shaped you into something that can't be replicated. Something that stands out in a forest of straight pines. Something worth saving. Something beautiful because of how hard you fought to grow. So root yourselves deeply. Reach for what warms you. Let yourself be charged by the things that give life. Earth that provides stability. Sun that offers warmth. And water that gives nourishment. Breath that fuels your life. And trust your path. Trust that your path twists and all is leading you exactly where you're meant to grow. Absolutely. Tree spirits, an interchange of consciousness. With blessings from the divine, we, the spirits embodying the trees upon the earth, greet you. It is an honor for us as a community and collection of beings to communicate with you personally. We wish to share with you our love and peace to support you in your personal and collective ascension missions upon the earth. As tree spirits, our energy is both linked to the sacred vibrations of the Creator and grounded deep into the earthly vibrations of Mother Earth. We reside within the physical planes and the spiritual houses, which allow us to access the larger picture of what is occurring on the earth and within universe of the Creator. Although a single physical tree often has one spirit, it can have more. We are linked as if wired together, meaning that all trees are connected. This network of energy and light allows us to exist as one tree spirit consciousness. As a source of active vibration and awareness, we are an energetic body of oneness, even though we appear as singular. We are in constant communication through our network, which is the essence of our existence upon the earth. When you connect with a single tree, you are connecting with our entire community, consciousness, and source of all that we are and all that is the Creator. Our greatest gift to humanity. We, the tree spirits, exist upon the earth for numerous reasons. We have many gifts to share with the world and hold specific roles in supporting Mother Earth and maintaining stability within the energetic vibration of the earth. This is why you feel really good when you hug a tree, because you're not only hugging that one tree, you're hugging all the trees on earth. All the trees on earth. However, our greatest gift that we wish to share with humanity is a reminder of your unique oneness with all that is the Creator, as well as with all aspects of the earth, including humanity. Your unique oneness is a natural part of your being. It is also your relationship with yourself and all manifestations of the Creator. Oneness is the key to existing in peace, love, and truth with fulfillment, whether you are inhabiting the earth or the inner planes. Oneness is also the aspect of the Creator and your being, which has been forgotten and may even feel alien and strange to even contemplate. We, the tree spirits, mentioned that we are individuals embodying a physical tree, and yet we are connected to all other tree spirits, at the same time creating a source and well of our purest light and consciousness, which we can draw upon, and is our truth. In some civilizations upon earth, humanity has been able to access and exist in the same way. Can you imagine that you are, as you are now, a soul existing within a physical body? Your soul, consciousness, and awareness is connected to every other soul and embodiment upon the earth. So interconnected that you can draw wisdom, healing, strength, love, truth, and so much more from the united energy of all souls upon the earth. This united energy becomes like a powerhouse and a foundation that carries you forth. You are an expression of any aspect of this source that you wish to be. You are never alone and feel familiar with all beings, whether you have physically communicated before or not. You also recognize all beings as their highest manifestation of themselves. Do you recognize that this is already your truth? It simply needs to be realized and experienced fully. It is our purpose to support you and all of humanity to realize and experience your unique oneness, the power it holds and shifts it creates to your perception and experience of the earth. When you begin to realize your unique oneness with humanity, and a good number of humanity does the same, then this will dissolve and heal many issues which are causing suffering and pain on the earth. Thus, humanity will engage in actions of peace and nurturing to bring forth transitions upon the earth that many desire and hold dear in their hearts. Yes, this is what we're working on. This is what we are creating when we do our grid work. By going inward. Once humanity begins to remember their unique natural ability of connection and oneness, then they will discover they can experience oneness with all beings and aspects of the Creator, from the nature world to the animal world, the inner planes beings to the source of the Creator. Once you master and recognize your natural ability of unity and oneness with humanity, a oneness and unity with everything that is the Creator, even the core of the Creator, opens up fully for you to explore. Thus, you remain as a soul incarnate in a physical body while being connected to the love, active energy, and pure consciousness of the Creator. Everything is available to you. Our gift to you is that we, the tree spirits, invite you to come and sit with us. Let us integrate you into our united consciousness so you may know what it feels like to be as one with an aspect of the Creator. First, find a physical tree you feel comfortable with. Say to the tree, "Greetings, I feel guided to work with you. I would like to ask you to guide me to connect with the oneness and unity you experience with all tree spirits, so I may know the sensation and feeling activating the same within my being. Are you willing to work with me and guide me?" Wait for a response, which may come to you as a vision, thought, words, feelings, or an inner knowingness. If the response is agreeable, then enter into the energy field of the tree and sit or stand wherever you feel is most appropriate. Take time to breathe deeply and connect within your being, focusing upon emanating the truth and light of your soul into your entire being and auric field. Send energy from your heart down to Mother Earth to anchor and ground your being, allowing Mother Earth to support you. Send pure love and acceptance from your heart chakra to the tree you are present with. You can imagine your energy flowing directly into the tree's trunk, flowing up its roots and into its entire being, or entering in through the ends of the branches to flow down into the trunk and roots. Once you have envisioned this, be aware the tree spirit will do the same, sending its energy into your being. I'm going to do this puzzle here. There we go. Let yourself be filled with the light and love of the tree spirit. Place your attention into your heart chakra. You are surrounded by the light of the tree spirit. Imagine, sense, or acknowledge you are existing within the central and core energy of the tree spirit. Begin to feel a oneness and synthesis taking place within your being with the tree spirit. Say within, "Please demonstrate to me your connection and oneness with all tree spirits now, and the well of light and source you draw from. Thank you." Simply breathe deeply and observe. The tree spirit will demonstrate to you its oneness with all tree spirits in a way that serves and inspires you. When you feel the process is complete, ask Mother Earth and your guides to ground you back into the earth, your body, and reality. Your remembrance of oneness is our constant gift to humanity. However, we wish to share another gift and process of spiritual awakening, which is appropriate for this stage of ascension on the earth. We wish to invite you to share consciousness with us, so we may benefit from your spiritual evolution. and you may benefit from our wisdom and ascension awareness. You will keep your wisdom and ascension vibrations, as will we. They will not be lost. It will act as a boost of awareness, understanding, healing, and growth. It will be as if we are enthusing and activating each other, receiving what is needed now to support further ascension, awakening, and transformation. This process can be practiced and experienced often, acting as an advancement to your ascension. Find a physical tree you feel comfortable with. Say to the tree, "Greetings, I feel guided to work with you. I would like to ask you to create an interchange of consciousness with me to support our ascension and spiritual evolution. Are you willing, and is it appropriate for us to work together?" Wait for a response, which may come to you as a vision, thought, words, feelings, or an inner knowingness. If the response is agreeable, then enter into the energy field of the tree and sit or stand wherever you feel is appropriate. Okay. Then you take time to breathe deeply and connect with your being, focusing upon emanating the truth and light of your soul into your entire being and auric field. Send energy from your heart down to Mother Earth to anchor and ground your being, allowing Mother Earth to support you. Send pure love and acceptance from your heart chakra to the tree you are present with. You can imagine your energy flowing directly into the tree's trunk, flowing up its roots and into its entire being, or entering through the ends of the branches to flow down into the trunk and roots. Once you have envisioned this, be aware that the tree spirit will do the same, sending its energy into your being. Let yourself be filled with the light and love of the tree spirit. Place your intention into your heart chakra. You are surrounded by the light of the tree spirit and your own soul light. Imagine, sense, or acknowledge you are existing in oneness and complete harmony with the tree spirit. I gift to you all that I am. I share with you my purest energy, consciousness, wisdom, love, and vibration, as if I am sharing the template of my spiritual evolution with you and all tree spirits. May this be used only in service of the Creator. I invite you to do the same now as well. I am ready and willing to receive. Thank you. When you feel the process is complete, ask Mother Earth and your guides to ground you back into the earth, your body, and reality. We love you, tree spirits. So if this resonates with you, I will be making a video on this. Spirit said I should make a video on this. But yes, it's time to work with the trees for those that resonate with this. You know, we've talked about being the... Oh, goodness gracious. My words. Okay. Being the library, the living library on this planet. What is that about? Connecting with the beings on this planet, and one of them being who? The trees. Okay. All right. That's what I got before snaps. Snaps is in 6 minutes. So we are going to do snaps. If there's any new people in here and you would like to be on our butterfly, and there's our butterfly. So everyone that's on there is, think of the butterfly as an energy, a place where you can put some of your energy if you can't make it into class, so that every time that we touch into that energy to do our grid work for the planet, for peace, love, unity, respect, joy, abundance, that is what we do for the planet. We do the grid work, and then you're always with us because you're on that butterfly. So if you'd like to be on there, just let me know your favorite rainbow color, and I will put you on there. I love that, Trina. I love that. Me and Jules hugged one of the beautiful trees here in Sebring. Yes, we did. Hi, Alicia. Hi, beautiful. Your great-grandmother's name was Gussie. Wow. Yeah. I don't know if she got that video, if she has gotten that video yet, but yeah. We took a video of us hugging a tree together. Yes, we can, Paradise. We can. We can. Mm-hmm. Machiwa. Aw, thank you for the dolphin. Isn't Iron Gold there close to you, Teresa? You need to get out of the garden. Yes. Mm-hmm. We should do tree hugging videos, guys. We should do a video of everybody, you know, hugging a tree. And like make a big video of all of us hugging a tree. Connecting to the tree spirits. You need a female? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, duets. Triplets. Quadruplets. Take a little video of you hugging a tree. And yeah. Maybe we can have Jules. Maybe, oh my goodness. Take a little video of you hugging a tree. We'll send all the videos to Jules because she's good at putting stuff together like that. And we'll have a video of all of us hugging trees. That would be fun. That would be fun. Yeah, let's do it. I don't know how to put videos together like that. But I know Jules does. Yes, Brother Michael. I just voluntold her. And she's probably really busy too. I'm sure she'll do it though. I'm sure she'd do it. Yes. You're afraid someone will see you hug a tree? Nuh-uh, Teresa, you did not just say that. You did not just say that.
Resisted going to the show and couldn't resist.
Oh my goodness. I will French kiss a tree in front of someone. I don't give a shit what other people think. Oh my goodness. Oh, for goodness sakes. Mm-hmm. Well, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. All right, guys. Here we go. Snap, snap, snap. We're going to do our snaps. All right, here's our butterfly, and all of us work together, empowering each other, and, you know, bringing in these codes and keys that are coming into the planet and anchoring them onto the planet. We are the anchors. We are the human angelics, and this is our past loved ones. They're always with us. Anytime we think of them, they're with us. This is us. Big old smiles on our faces, our hearts, and all connected. This is our halo technology lit up, connected to the source energy, which is all the colors of the rainbow. This is the golden arc, the Aurelian arc. that we connect with our golden energy that is inside of us. We are the golden butterflies. We connect with the Christos energy. And we work with earth, air, fire, water, and ether because we are alchemists. We go from 2-strand to 12-strand and beyond in the DNA structure. This is also our room. We are watched over, guided, and protected every day, each and every day. Here's a little toothless from Kat, and this is the door. We go through this door to become the butterflies that we are. Maya did this for us. And this is Forest Fairy's work. She saw the dragons in here. The priest, the pan, the joker, the mother goose, the XOXO. You come in as your higher self. The Magdalene, the magic. The hummingbird, which is symbolism for time travel because we switch timelines in here all the time. We go down the rabbit holes in order to transmute them. We are the unicorns, the rainbow butterflies. This is our daily armor of God invocation. Today we rise in light. Today we walk as flame. We put on the helmet of truth. Our minds are clear. We wear the breastplate of light. Our hearts are pure. We lift the shield of faith. No shadow may enter. We move mountains just like Yeshua told us we would. Here's a big ol' lucky hug for everyone in here, creating and empowering yourself. We wield the sword of spirit. Our voice is power. We stand in the shoes of peace. We walk with purpose. Our grid is sealed. Our flame is online. And our codex is alive. We are the love. We are the light. We are the truth. We are peace, love, unity, respect, creating the new earth. Living in the 5D. That is what we're doing now. Also, Saturday at 1 p.m., there is a gentleman that started this movement, and he does the peace, love, unity, respect on Saturdays. Also, May 1st, we are starting the Sophia Code. We are going to start to read the Sophia Code the second half of class. So if you want to do that, if you have the Sophia Code, the book, if you don't have it, message me. I do have e-copy I can send you. But if you want to read with us, I suggest you get the book. It's an amazing book. So good. All right. This is our healing chain. And all these people have asked us to connect our energy with theirs. And then I'm going to call in Archangel Raphael and have him connect his energy to these people. And we are going to send them love, light, and healing energy. So however you do that, with light language, with Reiki, with crystal healing, or with prayer. Okay. So let's get that done. Miasatosh koros priyata makorosiata. Miasatosh koros priyata makorosiata. Miasatosh koros priyata makorosiata. All right. This is our Rainbow Butterfly Dream Catcher. Now, if you're doing work in the astral, which all of you do when you go to sleep. So before you go to sleep at night, if you so choose, bring this with you. But also ask your dragon to come along and make sure you are putting a shield around your body. You can use the Maharic shield that is on YouTube, or you can do your own shield. Use your imaginations, guys. And this will keep it so that you don't come back with bumps and bruises and scratches when you wake up. Okay, and Chris sent this to us. So we thank her for that. All right, we're going to do the Aurelian Arc energy work. Again, we're going to use this golden energy. We're going to pull it inside of us this time. So I want you to picture the globe and picture a beautiful arc of golden energy above and below the earth. I want you to see that same golden energy in your heart. And I want you to pull from that arc that you see, pull that golden energy into you. See threads of golden energy coming into your heart. And anchor that golden energy right in there with all the love and light and peace that you can put in there. And everyone that touches you, everyone that hears your voice, everyone that touches your body, they will all feel that beautiful golden light inside of you. No matter where you are on the earth, you're affecting all the people on all the earth. So hold that thought. All right. Thank you all for that. And that was our grid work for the day. Thank you all for that. Okay. We're going to get back into chakras. But this is more advanced teachings on the chakras. I've had this book since 1996. So, this is called Understanding the Chakras. Discovering and using the energy of your 7 vital force centers. Okay. The veil of Isis sevenfold to him as gauze shall be, where through clear-eyed he shall behold the ancient mystery. Ahaha. This book is written for the student who has already done a certain amount of yoga and meditation practice and wants to move forward into a deeper understanding of the principles which underlie this fascinating and rewarding subject. We feel that in view of the explosion in popularity of the subject of yoga in recent years, many people will shortly, if they do not already, fall into this category. The aim of yoga is the expansion of human consciousness so that it is eventually identified with universal consciousness. This is to be achieved by a realization of the ultimate spiritual principle within ourselves, that which is above the physical and mental and is in fact our own true eternal self. Hi, Christina. Hi, beautiful. To achieve this, one must learn to recognize these different principles or levels within oneself. In other words, learn to distinguish the finer from the grosser. Therefore, one must learn to work with and control the energies in oneself. Eventually, one comes to realize that all life, including oneself, is just energy in different states or in different rates of vibration. Absolutely. Yes. These energies in one's own system are what the chakras are all about. Oh, this is going to be good. Yes. The chakras are the vital force centers at the different levels of experience or consciousness in the human system. Yes, Paradise. Have a beautiful day, darling. The word chakra means a wheel in Sanskrit, and these centers of energy may be seen as wheels or vortices of force. The energies seated at these levels manifest through these vital force centers. This book is intended for the essentially practical student who is prepared to discover deeper realities within himself. An academic or mental understanding of a thing is not the same as actually experiencing it, although it may precede that experience. No one else can know something for you any more than he can eat your food for you. These realizations can therefore only be attained by one's own efforts. The man who sets out to discover these truths must be a spiritual adventurer. He or she must have the attitude of the explorer, the urge to discover new worlds and new dimensions within. And the song playing right now, this is how we rise up. The desire to explore inner space, the perseverance to succeed in his quest. Hi, Golden Light, welcome in. This book presents the subject not only from the traditional Eastern viewpoint, but also attempts to reconcile with it the Western mystery teaching, which comes down to us through such traditions as the Kabbalah, Hermeticism, alchemy, and astrology. It is not always easy to see the whole pattern of a subject underlying its many different facets and presentations, but we hope the pattern may be somewhat clarified in this presentation of the subject. Chapters 1 to 6 explain the occult anatomy of man. Remember, guys, occult is not evil. Occult only means hidden. Only means hidden. Okay? So, explain the hidden anatomy of man. Here, the structure of man's system is outlined, and the magnetic polarities and energy fields are explained as they relate to the flow of vitality and the 7 chakras of his system. These are the very essence of his whole being. Chapters 7 to 9 deal with the application of these principles in practice through yoga and self-training. However, these principles need not necessarily only be termed yoga. Throughout the centuries, mystics and seekers have followed these same principles under numerous other names, and whatever name suits an individual best is the right one for him, providing it embodies the true principles. Finally, Chapter 10 traces the relationship between astrology and the chakras. Some ideas concerning the zodiac and the planets are also considered in relation to them. In this field of study, the modus operandi should be recognizing, controlling, and using. To learn to recognize the principles involved in the energies which constitute the system, to learn to use these energies within oneself, and to learn to use these energies creatively and unselfishly in life. We feel that the reader or the listener who follows these rules will gain a greater insight into life and will be richly rewarded by a deeper knowledge of himself. The basic polarity. In order to understand the chakras or vital force centers and how they relate to each other and to the whole of one's being, one must first begin by studying how the essential polarities of spirit and matter come into existence. The Trinity. Any manifestation that takes place must result in a polarity or duality. If such a polarity does not occur, then there can be no manifestation. The relationship between these two poles is the third aspect of the Trinity. To prove this point, let us take any simple action as an example and see how the principle applies. Suppose the reader now says to himself, I will close this book. In doing this, he manifests an activity and thus brings into being a polarity of subject and object. Yeah. The subject is I, the object, the book, and the relationship between them. Will close is the verb. If the reader should consider that this is merely playing with words, let him try to think of any action that does not fall into these 3 parts, and he will find that this is impossible. Thus, in the manifesting of any activity, this threefold division is inevitably and inescapably produced, and nothing can actually happen or take place in the world of name and form which does not take this triple form. This is the Trinity, which is fundamental to so many religions and metaphysical systems and philosophies of the world, such as the Christian Trinity and the 3 gunas of Hinduism. Names for this polarity are numerous, and we are accustomed to such terms as life and form, spirit and matter, perceiver and perceived, self and not self. We also use the terms unity and diversity because the subject or perceiver is always one, whereas the objective or perceived side of life is always diverse. This is often represented by the symbol of the wheel. If we consider the subject, verb, and object aspects of the Trinity to be I am that, then the I or perceiver at the center of the wheel is one. But as manifestation occurs and life moves out from that central point into its objective form, diversity must inevitably come about. Thus, at the rim of the wheel, the spokes must be separate, but at the center, they must be one. Therefore, in its objective form, life will involve relationship and separation, and all that goes with this, such as cause and effect, time and the law of becoming, birth, death, and rebirth. This is the objective aspect of I am that, whereas at the subjective level, there is only the consciousness of pure I am with no objective side. Therefore, there is no experience of change, time, separation, relationship, and those aspects of the objective side of life. It is not difficult to think of numerous other terms used for this essential polarity, such as good and evil or God and devil, depending upon the religious or metaphysical system concerned. There can be no complete system of metaphysics or science of life which does not include this polarity. The Chinese terminology for these polarities has an especial merit as the words yin and yang express through their actual sounds the principles they define. Yin is essentially a subjective sound, whereas yang is an objective one. These sounds are reflected in the English words spirit and matter, also involving the narrow or subjective I and the broad or objective A. Also in the words this and that, which likewise express subject and object. The words thin and fat have similar characteristics, the fine subject I having a higher rate of vibration than the broad objective A. Naturally, any experience, in order to have a significance, must have two poles or possibilities between which it can occur. Therefore, the whole of life is really the varied experiences resulting from the interplay or relationship between these poles. One may illustrate this by a simple example such as that of a game or sport played by two players or teams. If one of the two parties always won, there would be no significance or worthwhile experience gained from it. Or if one party always lost, the same would apply. The significance of the experience of playing, it derives from the open possibility of either losing or winning the game. Similarly, in life, all the experience through which we grow and evolve derives from our being placed within this polarity of spirit and matter, yin and yang, self and not self, and the way in which this relationship plays through our consciousness. These polarities, the subjective and objective sides of our being, and their combinations, permutations, and intermediate stages constitute our total experience and is sometimes called the dance of yin and yang. We shall refer to this in more detail in later chapters. All right. We're going to stop there. This is going to be really good. This is going to be really, really good. You know, I've had this book since 1996 and never have I read it through. Never have I read it through because, I mean, everything happens for a reason. And, yeah, I was meant to read it with you guys. So it's understanding the chakras. Discovering and using the energy of your 7 vital force centers. So there we go. All right, guys, that is class for the day. It is now share time. If anyone would like to come up and share, you are more than welcome to share anything that you wish to share. We are Sunset Child. We really are. And I know a lot of you are starting to feel that now. Thank you, Spirit, for today's class. Wow, I learned a lot today. I'm learning right along with you guys. Yes, absolutely. I would love to have you, Alicia. And Christina. Yes, beautiful. Okay.
Hi, beautiful opal and butterfly sanctuary. How are you all doing? Thank you so much, love and light from my heart to yours. Keep shining. I love today's classes. It resonated a lot. Hi, Christina. How are you? It's
Song of
pretty
Orion.
windy.
Song of
Yeah.
Orion.
It's pretty windy today in the Caribbean because, how do I say, right? I love that you mentioned about the chakras, right? Because divine is coming through even for us as we learn along with under the law of one as a collective together, differentiating between the ego and the higher self as well, the authentic self through your chakras, right? Because your chakras and your cards spoke to me as well, your deck of cards. So it mentioned key holder, and it also mentioned the Holy Spirit, which is the divine Shekinah. So the chakras are your azurite points, so spinning wheels of energies that are connected to the divine God source within each and every one of us, or your divine flame. What Yashua mentioned, it's your flame. We are flame bearers, right? That divine light. So when the divine light sometimes may be unbalanced, such as between the polarity between the masculine and feminine energies, such as between the ego and the authentic self, like what we experience, the chakras may be unbalanced as well, right? Such as why the Libra scales, which I am a Libra, is an inanimate object that placed in the heart to where in the heart chakra, which is the sacred geometry of the two triangles, which is the 6-point star, which is the gold and silver ray of the Maharata shields of Lyra, which we say it's your crystal organic blueprint shields to be activated. So we have to go back to that heart space. And the heart is weighed against the feather of truth, right? And the chakras are connected to all dimensional planes. So we're not only existing on the physical plane, we also have mental plane, we have the emotional plane, the astral plane, and the etheric plane. This is what our divine organic crystal Sophia blueprint consists of. But a lot of stuff got distorted through throughout history that we are now coming back into alignment to our divine organic original blueprint template. So we looking at from a chakra or azurite points, as I would say, we have to balance that force field within us, because I love that you mentioned about the butterflies as well, right? The butterflies is your electromagnetic field or your torus field emanating from your heart space, right? Your heart is the greatest electromagnetic field, greater than even the mind. And the mind is connected to the mental plane, which also got a lot of distortions as well because of thought and because of what happened in history and stuff like with the Emerald Covenants, right? We are correcting it back through being authentic under the law of one with the Guardian Alliance, right? Such as with Anuhazi Lyran Mu light language, because it's speaking from the soul essence of the gold and silver ray, your Maharata shields. So when we activate, speaking from a perspective of being a blue ray starseed, a blue ray starseed is the one, if you look at the sun or even the sphere of Amenti indication, it has a blue ray emanating out of it, right? The blue rays are connected directly to the divine Shekinahs, which are the divine feminine. The blue rays, one of the blue rays' purpose is to help alchemize and transmute the mutated DNA throughout history, right? Because a lot of our DNA got mutated, and that's why we have to raise our frequency to the divine, authentic, the crystal source blueprint of divine Amore love. Also, they also mentioned the blue rays are the embodiment of the rainbow rays, right? I have seen it in my aura field, and I'm so grateful to Divine for that, because it is a lot to balance between the empathic side, the emotional side, even the mental side, because sometimes being an empath isn't always the love and light, easier aspect. Sometimes you have to take on the darker aspect to transmute and alchemize, right? The shadow aspect of self. And it goes deep into like the fragmented pieces. Are we going to see ourselves like a broken mirror, or a whole beautiful being of one, or a whole mirror reflecting back to ourselves, right? And this is why I stress a little bit more on the shadow aspect, because it's like I am telling myself as Alicia, I need to toughen up and love myself, even pull back my aspects from the shadow aspect, because I am beautiful inside and out, right? I am not that fragmented pieces, right? And this is correcting the DNA within my aspect, within the collective as well. Because even from my understanding, the blue rays was distorted because of the fall and stuff with the planetary shifts when Atlantis sunk and stuff like that, right? Because the blue rays are connected deeply to Lemuria. And Lemuria was a race where they would co-create with the divine God source. They did not have ego. 1038, thank you, divine. They were not separate. Atlantis era came in when the masculine era got distorted then, right? Because the ego, the logical side took over, which is like the mental plane. So a lot of stuff got distorted, such as knowledge, such as wisdom, and all these things, right? We have seen it, we experience these things. So for us to align back with our divine organic Christo Sophia blueprint under the Emerald Covenant's law of one, we have to align back within our chakra systems. And that is meaning embodying the divine Amore flame, which you mentioned, Trinity, I love, because the Trinity flame consists of the gold, the violet, and the blue flame. And it is indicated in the heart space, the divine Amore heart. So we need to open that together as a collective within each and every one of us, because we are all beautiful flame bearers. Kaisha katatele ikatala ashakina ma ashana mata. Kalekatala ina rasha into doi miki rasha. Alahamki rasha. Alahamki rasha. Allaham Ki Rasha. Thank you, Divine, for giving me that. And Allaham Ki Rasha means I am the divine rainbow. So thank you, Divine. Thank you all. Keep shining. Love you all.
Love you, Alicia.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Christina.
Hi, Christina.
I am, I'm taking, I'm learning about James Rachel, who is a philosopher, and how he teaches that it's called uh, it's it's called ethical relativism, right, or cultural relativism, and how everybody in this world, and it has nothing to do with morality either. It has to do with, and I don't know why I'm bringing this up, but there's some relevance to this, because I'm thinking, wow, we live in the United States, where we have a melting pot of all of these cultures that we can learn from one another from, and hence learning the chakras, learning yoga, learning all of this stuff. Because it's not like that in every country. Like, they're not allowed to teach these things. So,
Right.
how we're so lucky to be in a place where we can see really what we believe and how we believe. The armor of God, like, and it goes in tandem to what Alicia was basically saying, but I like and I love this book that I have. It's called the Book of
I know. I got to get those books.
and what it shows is that the armor of God is both high frequency and a low frequency, and it's what you choose to operate in order to be connected to the collective conscience that exists outside of us, like you know the the light that we are connected to in the collective conscience that promotes love and peace and unity and respect. And the high frequency, what I have here is love, authenticity, and gratitude. And that comes out 7 to 9 meters outside of our circumference as far as the frequency and energy. And then the other one is obviously the polarity to it, which is the low frequency, which is hate, fear, and lust. And that only comes out to 3 to 5 meters in circumference. So it's significantly smaller than the love, right? Wisdom.
The Book of Wisdom. I know. I got to get the books.
And it really ties everything together in regards to how it's going to work, right? So because we are evolving as a species of promoting this love, light, and authenticity and gratitude, you know, it's gonna no matter what, just by the sizes of it, right? Like we're gonna win. Love always wins, right? And
Right.
so there's no question that everything is going to align exactly the way that it's meant to align for us, and it's how we, like, I love the fact that you have the Holy Spirit in as the Ascended Master today, because it was discussed earlier and so, like, and in this country, we explain these things to people so that they understand it, right? And certain religions and because that's the whole idea, is to be able to articulate these things and plant the seeds in ways that people are going to understand it so that they can grow from it. And that's, I guess, what I'm still working on. And but I'm grateful for the all of the literature that I was led to purchase and have for my own understanding, so that I can better serve others with it. And and the fact that that I learned today that culture and morality have no differences, because, like, I was learning about how Eskimos live, and their culture dictates they're married to more than one person, or they have more than one person in their igloo or whatever. But yet, when people come to visit, it's not uncommon for them to share one of their wives with men in these cultures. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And then I learned that, this is back in the day, and I don't know if it still happens today, but who knows, right? I don't know what goes on in different cultures, but
yeah, it's similar to like Christine being raised in an Islamic background. They were taught to like have 4 wives, but you could maintain the wives. But even that, to me, from a religious context, is distortion, right? Because why is the masculine getting superiority over the feminine aspects then, right? Yes, we know we have to come together as one and unite and stuff like that. But even if you look back, even from Atlantis and Lemuria civilization, right? From what I recall, Lemurians were androgynous, which was meaning both masculine and feminine, but they were at a higher frequency, right? They were not so dense like what we have to experience in this physical reality. Atlantis era came in when Thoth breached the Emerald Covenants, where he was supposed to speak the CDT plate, not write it and change history, and distorted and gave it to the masculine, who were the corrupted ones then at that time, or the unhealed, distorted ones. That's why Atlantis fell. And while Atlantis fell, they removed the crystals, which was holding the grid of Earth electromagnetic fields, because also Earth grid lines have chakras just like us, which we are connected to. That's why we feel Earth and Gaia so sensitive as she's going through beautiful transitions just like us. awakening through our DNA, they took it to put it to Sirius B, planet Sirius B, because the grid could not hold that amount of energies anymore because it felt in a denser layer then. So that's where 3D Earth came in, such as Gaia, because her higher octave is like Tara, and when she goes into her 12D octave is Amantania, which is the heart of Lyra, right? So that's why Lyra and Anuhazi are the guardian race alliance in terms of protecting the Emerald Covenants as well. But a lot of stuff got distorted throughout history. It's not only in this present timeline, such as the blue rays. The blue rays, if you look at the sun, right, you would see a blue beam around the sun. And that is indicating also that that is the blue rays as well, right, coming through from the higher octave, refracting into the physical as well. But the blue rays were distorted because of thought aspect as well. Because if you are a guardian for a keeper of divine knowledge, such as the CDT Plates translation, what Ashiana Dean speaks about, right? And someone comes now and want to manipulate that now into their own aspect and say, no, this is not supposed to be so. Suppress the divine feminine. Let the divine masculine shine, such as we see it in organized religion, such as speaking from an Islamic perspective, such as why is it so that a lot of them suppress the emotional side of someone and not truly understanding the divine love and authentic alignment? Because the divine message that was revealed to me was, we don't only have a physical avatar, we have an emotional light body, we have a mental light body, an astral light body, and an etheric light body. We may have blockages in each layers, but it's for us to align with authentic and aligned, coherent, divine amore love. So love is a frequency we embody, especially from the divine heart, because that's the greatest electromagnetic fields. And if you look at it, it forms like a butterfly as well. So that's why I love when Opals mentioned Butterfly Sanctuary, because we are activating that divine amore heart, that rainbow heart. Kaisha Kutu. Thank you, divine.
Yep.
For sure. Say is that we're Terrans here as Terrans, right? Like, we know all of it, and it's wonderful, and it's advantageous, and that's why we are different than many, but we're all the same. And but this is just my own perspective. In order for us to evolve, is to accept all things as they are, regardless of whether or not it's right or wrong, right? Because it may morally, I may morally have some feelings about, obviously having multiple wives and sharing women, and right. But if that's culture and that's what they know, who am I to say that they are wrong? Does that make sense? Because that's right. I am just here to my realm, in my truth, in my authenticity. I cannot impose anything that I feel or want into anyone else. I can only be me. I can only change. And so, I agree with everything that you say, Alicia, but at the end of the day, we are still here to help the evolution of the mind, to change its unity and and the most important one, unity, using love as our guiding force. All of those other things, hopefully, I'll be an angel when those things happen. Hopefully, we'll all you know what I'm saying. But I know I'm eternal, but I am not immortal, right? And so from that standpoint, that's what I believe, because this avatar is Christina and will only be here for as long as Christina is meant to be here. And so I have to keep it simple, sister. I always have to keep it simple. And because I believe in many ways that's going to help understand how this all works.
Keeping it simple is remembering that innocent inner child. Just be back one with divine, to purity and to love. To me, I tend to stray away from the normality of society, what they project, and tend to align with my inner child. Is it making my inner child happy in authentic love? Or is this projection from society a distortion, right? So it's like you mentioned about marriage, right? When, like, say a woman reach her age of maturity to get married, and she doesn't want to get married, she just want to be free, right? Who is them to tell a woman she shouldn't be married? My scenario, I don't want to marry a distorted one who has not done their inner work, who doesn't even want to listen to that aspect of self. It's nothing wrong with being in solitude. You are enjoying your own inner universe, your own reflection, right? You are healing your divine blueprint. And that's why I draw back to your inner child. Because your inner child is the only one that you are taking along with this journey. It's nothing external. So are you healing that inner child? Are you loving that inner child with authentic, divine, amore love? Right? Because for me, experiencing in my reality, I grew up a bit old school, a little tough love. It was never taught to me. I have to find that within myself. You know, am I responsible for others' projection, or am I responsible for healing myself? I am whole, I'm beautiful, I love my heart. Because I remember event like when my heart chakra got exploded, especially after my NDE. I felt it. I sat down in my car and I cried for 2 hours straight. I couldn't even breathe because I was feeling everyone's unprocessed emotional state. And I was asking Divine, what is this? Is this a heart attack? Is this something wrong with me? What it is? Am I going insane? No. It's your heart chakra being open, and you need to balance that frequency. Balance is the key of honoring both your divine feminine and divine masculine energies within each chakra, within humility, gratitude to that divine God source within your essence. And that's how you balance your realities as well, you know, from your physical, mental, emotional, astral, etheric. Because for me, yeah,
we've experienced that same big love.
yeah, I know.
So you can't describe it, right, unless somebody experiences it. And I believe everybody has the opportunity to experience, even in an educational variety sense, right? Like, even if they didn't have the same profound shift that I had, it is still possible that every human on this planet can experience it through their own education and openness and open-mindedness to let go of what they thought they knew and accept something different and something new.
Yeah, just be free.
Yeah, but inner child is a must.
Yeah, it's like
through that.
Yeah, it's like I remember.
There's no end to it. We're healing every day.
It's like I remember watching my little student. I'm a special ed teacher as well in the physical to autistic and ADHD, which is a false label for indigos and starseed kids, right? And he couldn't say miss because he had a lot of verbal communication issues, right? But I know he's gifted, right? So if someone, say, the teacher was very upset because he would scream in class and stuff like that because he couldn't express himself, right? So I had to teach him how to love himself, right? Hug yourself, learn to breathe, learn to control your emotions, right? Because even he reached a state, and this is a 5-year-old, that he pelted the teacher because the teacher was like telling him hurtful stuff. And I had to tell him, no, he is mimicking or reflecting your emotional trauma to you, right? And you don't understand the purpose of an empath. An empath does this, even a heyoka, a dark empath, even a light empath, because you have to work with both the light and the shadow aspect of self. It's like the mirror reflection as well. Are you only going to see the lighter aspect of life, or are you going to see, hey, I conquered all these shadow aspects of myself to rise to my authentic light with alignment and authenticity to that divine source, which is my inner child, that purest light of all, that could shine through anything. Yes, thank you, Divine. Keteleko Shakinama Ashanamata. Alaham Kirasha. Thank you, Divine. Yeah. It's like,
Brother Michael, because anger, and I mentioned that was something that was talked about today in an earlier meeting that I had. So, I can give you how I see it, right? Like, especially today. So we're supposed to be childlike, not childish, right? And there's a big difference between the two. And so when I see people, and I'm not talking about you, I'm just talking in general. Like when I see people losing their shit and being angry, I see childish behavior today, right?
Yeah, I do as well.
And that's where we observe and not absorb. And so when you start mirroring yourself, like if you start and this is what I did. I had to look at myself when I got angry, and 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 really look at myself and say, why? What is in me that I cannot accept that is making me feel so, angry? These are like, and having mastery over oneself is really hard, especially because we're living in this world, right? And so, like, I don't know. Today, I don't plan on getting angry, but I don't know I don't know what the day is going to hold. So, but I can only be myself. Disrespected by your mother. She gave you life, brother. She gave you. And I get that. Believe me, my mother is older, and I have to respect her no matter what, because she gets.
It's the same like with my scenario, Christine, too. I resonate with that a lot, right? Because I came into a very dysfunctional karmic family. My mother I would have had two siblings, two brothers, but one died before I came into this world. And I was a premature baby, and I absorbed all my mother trauma, and even going through NDEs and all these different traumatic stuff in my life. My mother never told me she loved me. She never told me that. So I even lacked that from the motherly or the feminine aspect. And I had to dive deep to connect to my inner child. You are not responsible for others people's projection, but you are responsible to connect to that divine amore, Shekinah, love, frequency within you through your inner child. Because remember, you are the divine source reflection. So are you going to see other people's trauma reflecting through you, or are you going to step back and heal that karmic lineage? Are you going to be the one that follow that pattern, or be like the box of matches and you're going to light up all, but you have to be the one that step back so that you can remain unlit?
Operate in the same way that my mother did towards me. I loved on my kids. There's not a moment or day that doesn't go by when I speak to them that I tell them how much I love them and how proud I am of them, because I did the opposite of what I was exposed to growing up, because I knew what I needed when I was a child that I didn't get, and so I was able to project that on my children and grandchildren the way that I wanted to feel. And let me tell you, when my oldest son, who's going to be 33 and getting married soon, told me that the one thing that I taught him how to do was love, that was enough. Then I knew that I had done my job as a mother. He didn't need to learn anything else but love. And that's one thing I did for them and showed them. Did I do it perfect? Hell no, I didn't do it perfect.
Like I would remember, like from my childhood. But do you know that trauma sticks with you between the age from 1 to 7 years old? So your inner child tend to absorb these things. And I would remember, I was like a little outdoor one, so I would be fighting with my siblings and stuff like that. But my mother, in the Caribbean, you will get a sweet little cocktail. So I would be the one to always get it, and I would always be the one to get all the what others people doesn't want, right? They would get all the nicer stuff in life. And I sat down with myself. Is something wrong with me? Am I the black sheep? What am I doing? Because I don't deserve these things, right? Not knowing it was a reflection of the emotional trauma, the karmic imprints that is distorted from the DNA, right? Even from being, okay, so everyone thinks about the lighter side of love, but no one thinks about the abusive side. How are we going to heal someone who has been through trauma? How are we going to address these issues in society if we're not addressing it within ourselves, within our inner child? Because it's a reflection. Because if trauma is stuck in your memory, which is your mental plane, are you decluttering it from that? That's why I had to do a lot of detachment through shadow work. And I always mention detachment is good for the soul, attachment is good for the ego. Because for me, experiencing an NDE, you even had to get a bit disconnected from the physical avatar, your human body. Like I love that you mentioned Christina. This is Christina here in this moment. This is who I am. This is Alicia. This is who I am. Is either you align with that or because you know you are a multidimensional being as well. You're not existing in one plane of reality. You're just here to observe,
Thank you, Prince.
but not absorb. Thank you, Divine, for that.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. I must say thank you, Opal. Keep shining because it's beautiful that I was a pretty shy child, so I would not express a lot of stuff. And growing into this pathway now that Divine has guided me into my life purpose, being at 11, I have to speak out about these things. I have to speak out about all these things. And it's not always a pleasant road because everyone wants the lighter aspects of life. But the thing is, sometimes that aspect is the most love that we can love ourselves then. The most authentic we can be to ourselves because we are aligning with that divine amore source frequency of divine crystal love within each and every one of us through our inner child. That's how much we love our inner child, because that's the only one we are taking with us to the golden age.
True. And if you observe children, they even if you sit and observe them, right? Like they get into a little tiff, they go run to their mothers, and then 2 seconds later they're back playing again. It doesn't.
It is no grudges.
Yeah, there's no grudges. They don't care. And that's where I'm at. Like, it's easy for me to forgive and forget today. I'm cautious now, much more cautious of who I lend my energy to and who I want today. And that's different, right? Like, because you are the company that you keep. And I'm a firm believer of that. And so, although I accept everybody as how they are and who they are, there are some people that I just, my ex that I don't ever really want to associate with because of their mannerisms and their ways. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. It resonates a lot with me. Yeah, I even had to declutter from fake family and friends and stuff. And I said, thank you for showing me your true colors. And when I walk away, that's it. I walk forward. I don't walk backwards. I thank you for that journey. I accept that this is what you are showing me, but I need to love my inner child and heal. And I could only reflect authentic love from myself.
Yes, thank you, Country Pride.
Yeah, I could only reflect it from me being whole and being in one with myself. I don't want to reflect projected wounds to others or anything, right? Because it's not nice that you things that, because we have to be in alignment to that heal authentic divine amore love crystal Sophia frequency. This is how divine mentioned or showed us that the true golden age would be enlightenment of unity within each and every one of us through our heart space. So are we going to light up that heart with beautiful aligned love?
Well, and you don't want to carry any of that stuff into whatever's in front of you, right? Like,
Yeah.
go. Healing, still continuing to healing, not in any rush, right? But I believe in love most of all. And I like falling in love. And I know it's going to happen for me. Because
Yeah.
whether it's a puppy or a baby or another human being, that feeling of being in love for me is the bomb diggity bomb. And who knows what's around the corner? Just saying.
Yeah. It's like,
Right.
if you're not in love, why would you stick around someone who has been through all these things? Because you really genuinely love this person. You want to see them shine at their most authentic self, right? And maybe that's why I still stuck around certain family members and stuff to help them, show them this is love. Don't show abuse. Don't show trauma, whatever. You can heal through that. That's just a distorted projection. But you are beautiful inside or out, right? Connect to your inner child. Like, if I'm permissible to share that I had an aunt who has also been through a abusive marriage, and they label her with schizophrenia, and she was in the mental hospital and stuff. Like, I had to be the one to step in and take care of this person, right? And she didn't understand that this is a form of abuse as well. And it takes a lot to love someone who has gone through trauma. You are seeing this in your family lineage that you incarnated in. And maybe that's one reason why I never wanted to get married, or even, like, I always had like a fear in relationships or something too as well. And I experienced that as well in my reality. But I have to learn to love that aspect as well, to love that side of me, because I don't want to be projecting any distortions. I want to be projecting as a whole being, a whole being of divine amoral love, right? And this is where it comes back to the inner child, because the inner child is the ones that we were imprinted with these distortions a bit, even from growing up as a kid. So are we addressing these things? Because that's why there's a lot of distortions in the reality, such as, I would say, war and all these things. It's a part of brainwashing them. And are we correcting that from within our own divine template? Because this is what we need to address within each and every one of us. Because this is transmuting the mutated DNA into the divine crystal organic frequency DNA of the D4 Amori heart chakra. That's why I love that you mentioned chakras today in Opal. I resonate so much because they told me gatekeeper. They told me about the lotus flames, the sacred heart flames, the pyramid flames, even looking at the sacred geometries, because each chakra is represented by a different sacred geometry, such as the root may be represented by a square. But if you go to the heart, it's a star tetrahedron. Right? If you go to the angina, it's represented like by a half semicircle, like a moon.
Yep. Yep.
Right? So each chakra is represented by a different dimension of frequency, such as a blue ray might be a little different to a red ray, but we are all one because we are all connected to that divine rainbow within each and every one of us, because we are the rainbow rays. That's why we are the rainbow flame bearers, right? So we have to embody that aspect of divine source within us, such as the esoteric to the physical. And I think this is what we have to bridge as an 11. I see that a lot in my life as well. Even bridging the unseen realms to the seen realms then, right? Because the veil is so thin for us that, we connect so quickly to our higher self, because we are like an antenna. 11 is like an antenna. So we get these shoots of energy straight streaming through us, and we have to ground it back. We have to anchor it back into the planet. 11. Thank you, Divine.
Yep. We have heart just came up. Did you want to say something real quick before we start? Okay. All right, we're going to sing the Song of Orion.
Song of Orion, the Aria Cumnare. Omega Ipatuma
durna, durna, ekenta, ekuna. Om Medai Patuma, Om Medai Patuma, Om Medai Patuma, Patuma Edita Ekuna, Om Medai Patuma, Tretila Idurna, Tretila Idurna, Durna Ekenta Ekuna, Om Medai Patuma, Om Medai Patuma, Om Medai Patuma, Patuma Edita Ekuna, Om Medai Patuma, Tretila Idurna, Tretila Idurna, Durna Ekenta Ekuna, Om Medai Patuma.
Thank you, Opa. Love you all.
Have a beautiful, a magnificent day today. Go shine your lights. Thank you for everything, everyone. Thank you, Country Pride. I love you all so much.